Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt that something was off? Nobody said anything. Nothing obvious happened. Yet somehow, you sensed the tension. Maybe someone forced a smile. Maybe two people avoided eye contact for half a second. Maybe the silence felt heavier than usual. If this happens to you often, you might think you're simply observant. But psychology suggests something much deeper is happening. The people who notice too much don't just see the world differently. Their brains process information differently. And while this ability can feel like a gift, it often comes with a hidden psychological cost. Let's explore why. Most people focus on what's obvious. They hear the words, they see the actions, then they move on. But highly observant people collect tiny details that others completely miss. The hesitation before someone answers, the slight change in someone's voice, a smile that never reaches the eyes. Even small changes in routine suddenly stand out. This isn't magic. Your brain is constantly searching for patterns. Psychologists call this unconscious pattern recognition. Without realizing it, your mind compares today's behavior with everything it has seen before. When something doesn't fit the pattern, your brain quietly raises an alarm. That's why you sometimes know something is wrong before anyone tells you. But here's where things become complicated. Noticing more doesn't only mean collecting more information. It also means carrying more emotional weight. Research suggests that people who are highly perceptive often experience stronger emotional reactions because they process both verbal and nonverbal signals at the same time. While others hear one conversation, they're noticing facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, pauses, and emotional inconsistencies all at once. Their brains are running multiple analyses simultaneously, and that can become exhausting. This is one reason highly observant people often need more alone time. It's not because they dislike people. Their minds simply need time to recover from processing so much information. Interestingly, many people who notice everything didn't develop this ability by accident. For some, it began in childhood. Growing up in unpredictable environments teaches the brain to scan constantly for emotional changes. Children learn to notice tiny shifts in mood because those signals help them predict conflict, disappointment, or danger. Over time, that survival strategy becomes automatic. Even in safe situations, the brain continues searching for hidden signals. What once protected them can later become a source of anxiety. Because when you notice everything, you also start questioning everything. Did that pause mean something? Why did their tone suddenly change? Were they hiding their real feelings? Sometimes these questions lead to genuine insight. Other times, they create stories that aren't actually true. This is the biggest psychological trap of being highly observant. Seeing more patterns doesn't always mean every pattern is real. The human brain naturally tries to connect incomplete information. Sometimes it connects the dots correctly. Sometimes it creates dots that never existed. That's why emotionally healthy observers learn an important habit. They stay curious instead of becoming certain. Instead of immediately assuming someone's behavior has a hidden meaning, they leave room for other explanations. Maybe the person isn't angry. Maybe they're simply tired. Maybe that awkward silence had nothing to do with you. This small shift protects the mind from unnecessary stress. There's another surprising truth. People who notice too much are often better listeners than speakers. Because while everyone else is preparing what they'll say next, they're paying attention. They observe, they absorb, they understand. That's why people often feel strangely comfortable opening up to them. Without saying much, they make others feel seen. But here's the irony. The people who understand others so deeply are often the ones who feel the most misunderstood themselves. Because very few people notice them the way they notice everyone else. So if you've ever felt mentally exhausted after social situations, if you've ever sensed emotions before words, if you've ever been told you're overthinking, even though you later turned out to be right, your mind may simply be processing more information than most people realize. The goal isn't to stop noticing. It's to learn which signals deserve your attention and which ones deserve your peace. Because true psychological strength isn't noticing everything. It's knowing what to let go. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more psychology and neuroscience content designed to help you understand yourself, understand others, and build a healthier, stronger mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.